Good afternoon to you, and thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. I trust that your day is going on well. It is on top of the hour, 3 p.m. here in Nairobi, East African time. Good morning, good evening, depending on where you're tuned in and watching us from. The show is Diaspora Dispatches, and I know what we do is I bring you the latest news from across the continent of Africa as far as its current affairs is concerned. But today I want us to look at a topical discussion, and I want us to pay a special spotlight in the continued instability in Central African Republic and the role that one of its former leaders perhaps has played that has contributed to the instability in that country. My name is Miriam Ogutu, and it is a pleasure to have you on board. Now, Central African Republic has seen about 5 coups in the past, the last having happened in 2013. But before that, there is also one of the heads of state that became a president through a coup in 2003, and that is Francois Bozize, and that is the person that we're going to look at this afternoon. The former Central African Republic President Francois Bozize has gone into exile in Guinea-Bissau. President Umaro Sissoco Embalo has confirmed Bozize, who is 76 years old, landed in the host capital Bissau on Thursday aboard a special flight from Chad, where he had been hiding since 2021. The former coup and rebel leader was received by President Embalo, who ushered him into a house paid by Bissau government. And the Guinea-Bissau leader is the chairperson of the Economic Community of West African States. And he said in his Facebook page, I'll quote the president of Guinea-Bissau, Embalo. He said, "Today, I received the former president of the Central African Republic, Francois Bozize, for humanitarian reasons at the request of the Economic Community of Central African States." Now, Bozize ruled Central Africa Republic from 2003 after he overthrew Ange Felix Patasse in a coup, until he was also kicked out in yet another coup in 2013. Since then, Central African Republic has been mired in crisis and coup attempts, with Bozize suspected of being one of the main instigators. And like I've mentioned here earlier, the coup that removed him from power was the last coup that happened in the Central African Republic. But before then, there were 4 other successful coups that had happened there. But it appears this coup is what has set Central African Republic into instability. Although when you look at the history of Central African Republic from the days of, he called himself the... you remember Bokassa, the last empire? He called himself the Empire of Central Africa Republic. And after he came into power in 1977, he was removed in a coup by French army in, I think, in 1979. And after that, Central African Republic has not known any form of stability. But the story of Bokassa is quite interesting and riveting, so I think I'll create time for another show so that we can have a proper conversation about it, having been crowned the Emperor of the Central African Republic. But that aside, and so I'm just trying to take us back, just a little bit back, over what has been happening and what perhaps necessitated the numerous coups that the country has experienced. So that is just the latest news, the piece that I was reading for you as we speak right now. Last week on Wednesday, the former president of Central African Republic, Francois Bozize, went to Guinea-Bissau to seek for, he went to exile there. He had been in Chad for a while, so he went to Guinea-Bissau, and the president Embalo said he received him under humanitarian grounds. And just last week, not last week, I think 2 days ago, the current president, Faustin Todera, who, by the way, was the serving prime minister in Bozize's government, the current president, but they don't get along at all. The current president, Faustin Todera of the Central African Republic, has accused the Western nations of deliberately keeping his country politically unstable days after he met French President Emmanuel Macron. And let me just read part of what the current president of the Central African Republic said. The Central African Republic has been subjected since its independence to systematic looting facilitated by the political instability maintained by certain Western countries of their companies which finance armed terrorist groups whose main leaders are foreign mercenaries. I don't know why he would say this, because as we speak right now, we know the Russian mercenaries are in the Central African Republic. Matter of fact, they are the ones who are providing the security detail for the president himself. So why would he accuse other foreign mercenaries of the instability and the interference while he's using one as offering him security? And of course they have been very active in that country since he let them in, but he's accusing other countries. I don't think in his accusation he's accusing the Russian mercenaries, the Wagner group that has been in the country since just a few years ago. He said this during a UN conference of the world's least developed countries that happened on Sunday. I'll talk to you about that. Now, the Central African Republic troops and soldiers from the Russian mercenary group Wagner have been accused of appalling rights violations, leading to EU sanctions being imposed on some of the group's senior operative mercenaries in the country. At the UN conference in Qatar, President Teodora said the Central African Republic was a victim of geostrategic aims linked to its natural resources, and that foreign interference keeps his nation and others like it in a state of dependence, insecurity, and instability. And I agree with him up until that point. But I will look at the issue of the Russian mercenaries and the activities in the Central African Republic, and you will be shocked the kind of looting that they are actually doing and the supplying of illegal arms smuggling. You know, Central African Republic is under arms embargo after the war broke out in 2013, and so it's not allowed to trade with any country as far as arms is concerned. So these Russian mercenaries and other foreign powers are able to smuggle in these arms in exchange to its natural resources. Remember, Central African Republic is quite rich as far as oil, gold, and diamond is concerned. And it has one of the world's purest diamonds. For anybody who understands, you know, the stones and the gems and all these things, they would know what that means. So it has one of the world's purest diamonds, sought out after, and of course there has been an embargo over these diamonds as well. So because of that, the people who buy these diamonds from Central African Republic, they smuggle them. So in these embargoes are just working to defeat the main purpose of it, because now they are forced to sell them illegally and with towards dubious characters, and these monies are exchanged in form of arms and others. So it has made the activities surrounding even the mining of these